Alright. Gotta get ready for that local IQ here, so gonna be jamming some Burn in Modern. Guess we gotta step it up and do a competitive league. Not the most, definitely prefer the friendly leagues, but what can you do? What can you do? Oh well. Here goes nothing. Time to incinerate some tickets. Jammin', jammin', jammin'. Alright, at least we're on the play this game. Hand's reasonable. Got one more land than I want, but we'll keep it. Geist of Wind, huh? So opponent's got these goblin guys. Gotta go do some damage, unfortunately. Some idea what our opponent's on. Flicker Wisp. Ooh, Eldrazi. Or Death and Taxes, Eldrazi and Taxes, one or the other. Huh. Well, definitely got to use the fetch lands here. Jam, Swift Spear, GG Guide. Shambling Vent and Plains, well, they got value. See what you got on 2. Probably like a Dahlia or something here. Ooh, brutal start for them. Why wouldn't you play Plains here? Okay, play out Displacer. So we draw a mountain. Go ahead and light you up. Not quite lethal, but pretty close. Strangler, Strangler. I go 4. And Suspend Bolt. Pass. And okay, well, they're shouldering on. I'll give them that much. Okay, I do have a card exiled, don't I? Ah! And I knew about Strangler too, and I still suspended a Rift Bolt. Well, that kind of sucks. Play out that. And pass. Opponent does have a point there. So we'll see what they drop here. Thunk Nut. Yeah, I have no spells in hand, or you'd be dead there, friend. Alright, well, that kind of makes it easy. Drop you to 1. And attack with everything. See a courtyard. see, Strangler. Very often forgot about interaction. Because that's what legitimately happened. Alright, so Eldrazi Tron, or Eldrazi and taxes. Probably want some number of paths. Cards are not the greatest. Eidolon isn't great on the draw, and shave some number of spikes, I guess. Goblin Guide and Swiss Beer aren't the greatest if they get a Thalia down, so maybe it's actually supposed to be Goblin Guides in this matchup. Dumb as that seems. Alright, let's see what kind of hand we can get here. One lander on the draw. One lander would be a gamble, especially against this deck, so it's so tempting to keep, but I think we have to mulligan. This hand is plainly awful. I guess we'll keep a Searing Blaze on top. Problem with the one lander is if you keep that and you don't draw what you need, you're in some trouble. So I get these fetch lands out of the way. Nowhere near as fast to start as last game. But at least we should be able to theoretically cast all our spells here. So see what they lead with on 2. Thalia, probably. Yep. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. So how do I attack this? I don't really want to play out path on this. I might have to. I think we just pass, although the long game does not favor me. Especially when they have a third land here. Flicker Wisp. Question is, what do you flicker out here? Guess you flicker out one of my lands. Question is, do I just have to path Thalia and hope you don't have a colorless source for Thought-Knot? Not really good flicker targets here. Sure. Not exactly what I expected you to flicker, but alright. Since I'm taking the extra damage here. Alright, I get that back. Draw yet another land. Blaze. We're falling too far behind. Especially if our opponent has any follow-ups. Not really dealing them enough damage fast enough. Pass. Tide Hollow Sculler, huh? Yeah, that card's annoying. Probably gonna take Helix here. Might be some argument to bring in Wear Tear. So, no Strangler as a follow-up, that's good. Fetch another Sacred Foundry. See what the opponent does. I'm contemplating Path here. Alright. Dross. Step. Seriously? You know this is Boros charming you, right? Okay. I'd like to use this ability? Yes. Opponent's at 10, but they've got a life gain they've got a life gain land and Ether Vial. Yeah, don't really care about Ether Vial. Card I care about is your life gain land, which you're probably going to fire up here. Yep. Makes it that much harder to kill you. Can stop drawing lands now. Oh well, maybe I should have kept the one lander. Ghost Quarter. Alright. Don't particularly care about Ghost Quarter. To be honest, they are flooding out too, but they have Shambling Vent, so, you know. Taking 4, they're going up to 14. This isn't looking particularly good here. Alright. Yep, 14. No reason to fire off Boros Charm yet. Some type of kill spell for... Still think Searing Blaze would be our best draw. Yeah, I think that's about the game there. Alright, so on the play, I want the guides back in. Lava Spikes, some number of those can go out. Some number of... Shave one Eidolon. Shave another Boros Charm. Kind of awkward shaving here. But I want Goblin Guides on the play. I don't want them on the draw. Path may be a little meh on the play. Yeah, Sand seems perfectly reasonable. So we lead off on Go and get a foundry. Lead off on guide. Okay, we see a flicker wisp, sure. If you don't have Vial, I think we go Eidolon. If they do have Vial, I think we go, well, I guess Eidolon's still the more mana efficient play unless we draw another mana spell. Of course you have Eidolon. Alright. Eidolon. Alright, we draw a path. Not exactly what we're looking for, but it does help us continue to push damage. Okay, there's a Thunk Nut. Which does make certain cards questionable in value. Okay, Vial goes up to 1, which means Forge Tender could be in play here. So I guess we go Swiftest of Spears. Okay, there's another Ether Vial. Drop you to 11, hold up Path. So I have no exiled cards, which is good. Alright, so you go to 9, sure. Land would be good. Okay, Riftbolt. Getting some damage here. Okay, we see a path on top. Do something to violin. You do. Ah! This should be fun. Go ahead and take care of this. Opponent doesn't get to search. They go to 7. And we still have a decent amount of pressure on the board. Alright, there is the Flicker Wisp. So we'll get the Flicker out Eidolon here, which is mildly annoying. Yep. And you get to cast what? Path? Oh, Sculler. Sure. Guess you have to take Path here? Question mark. I get the Eidolon back. And another Eidolon. We attack with Swift Spear, force you to respond with something here. So we know Thought Knot's coming down. Play another Thought Knot, or Pass. Go up to 4. Draw step thunk nut. You can no longer cast Path to Exile, and we stare at each other while I have 3 damage burn spells in my hand. Huh. I think we got this one. Probably attack with Thought Knot. Block there. I go to 5. Alright. Another Thought Knot? Of course. Close game. Land or spell. So unless you have life gain, you're dead. Are you scooping? Nope. Land. GG. And game. Alright. Well, that was nerve-wracking a little bit, but then again, burn always is. So, you know. Fun times, fun times. Match number 2. Match number 2, match number 2. Here we go, match number 2. Okay, we're on the draw this game, which kind of sucks for us. Alright, this hand's fine. I don't like 3 lands, but we'll make do. We up against Grixis, probably. Yep. Grixis Shadow wouldn't be competitive leagues without tier decks at every turn. Oh, Serum Vision, sweet. Draws a card with Serum Visions, bottom, and bottom. Well, double Eidolon could get awkward for them. I think I go and get a Sacred Foundry here. Play out Goblin God. Alright, well, they got their basic land, which is annoying. And pass. See what you do here. What would you do with your shadow deck? Grixis Shadow. Usually game one's favorable. Sideboard games get a lot closer with Collective Brutality. I mean, we could still definitely lose if they go like Thought Scour into nonsense. Oh, huh. Not really the matchup you want to be thought seizing. Guessing to take a Nylon here. Eidolon. Oh, they take a Bolt. Does that mean you're planning on casting a Death Shadow? Yeah, looks like it. Ooh. This is dangerous. Or is this a Del Fatty? Guessing Del Fatty the way they're doing stuff. Oh, jeez. Alright, well. Guess we're on the Eidolon parade. Mountain. Eidolon. Not that they didn't know that was happening. Really going to risk attacking with Tassiger? They're not. Alright. So we'll go to 15. Going to 13. You have a removal spell, you gotta play it now. Alright, they don't. Going to 8. Alright, probably getting a red source here. Matchup always feels gross. Alright. Well, they conceded the match. Or no, not the match, the game. So, sideboarding against Shadow. Trick I picked up from watching Red Baron MTG. Get Goblin Guides out of here. Get... What are the other cards he takes out? Is it the Spikes? No, the Blazes. Blazes aren't good in the matchup. Get in the 4 paths. Get in the 2 Deflecting Palms and the 2 Firecrafts. Try to blank their removal as much as possible. Obviously, Eidolon's still pretty good in the matchup. Some consideration for Relic, but I don't think this is the matchup you really want to be screwing around with hate cards. Path to answer their first threat or two usually buys you a lot of time, so. But now things get serious with Collective Brutality and the like, so. We shall see. Oh. 1 land hands. Does hand do enough? I don't like mulliganing against discard decks, so I think we got a mulligan. Okay, this hand's got some stuff. Do I want Deflecting Palm? Probably. Opponent. Probably got a fetch shock here. Or maybe just fetches Swamp. Nope, Island. Island Serum Visions or Island Thought Scour? Island Serum Visions. Bottom, top. So I probably lead on Arid Mesa and pass? Because there's a good chance they'll have a discard spell, particularly Brutality this turn, so yeah, especially if they're doing that. Nope, just a Thoughtseize. Alright, take my Bolt if you wish. Probably taking Path or Deflecting Palm here. Two of my sideboard cards. Palm is easier to play around once you know you have it. Path is a lot easier to hold up and force them to keep Stubborn Denial available at all times. So you take Bolt. So I guess they're on the try to deny me actual damage spells. This could be foolish because I'm not holding up Skullcrack, but I have a feeling if they would have had Brutality, then probably would have used it last turn. Alright, well, we will suspend Riftbolt here. Pass. Huh. Yeah, Brutality is just going to be savage if they had it. Oh, no, it's in the graveyard. Delphatty here. Looking like it. Which... Yep, G-Mag. Alright, so they exiled one of their Brutalities. It's important to note because they usually only play 2 or 3, so they only really have one more in their deck to draw to. You know, of course, Gurmag could just be their first kind of get the path out of your hand, drop a Death Shadow. So, important to note. So, Firecraft is fine if we ever draw another land, because that means we're putting them a lot further in range of our spells. Probably go get their Swamp here. Get in for 3, drop them to 8. Pass. See what you've got here. Probably a Shadow, I'm presuming. Because I don't think you would have run out. Okay, sure. I don't like Thoughtseize in the matchup. I know leaving in a couple is standard, but they've used 2 of their Thoughtseizes, so... Well, if you take Crack or Palm here... Okay, take Firecraft, sure. Guess they can't risk the uncounterable kill your crap, or kill you next turn. I want to go for Boros Charm. I really do, but Obviously, it's the win if they don't have stub, but I think I would rather just get in my damage. Yep. Okay. Snapcaster on .Cs. Yeah, that's going to give me the window to wait till you block. Even if you brutality me next turn, I'm not sure I particularly care. Because you'll be at 2. Well, 4. Then I have Deflecting Palm likely, and you have a Stubborn Denial after all that? Alright, but you're taking a lot of damage to do it. So basically my Boros Charm still cost them 3 life, which I'm entirely fine with. And they didn't get my Swift Spear off the board, so we're still in some trouble. Brutality here would be Savage. They'd be up to 5. I have 1 spell in hand. They are running out of resources too, and can't really afford to play like Thoughtseize or Street Wraith, any of that kind of nonsense. So alright, we won the match. Sweet. Shadow can be stressful, but sometimes it pays to draw well. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. If you like what we're seeing here, feel free to hit that follow button. Normally we stream far more interesting decks, but I have an important event coming up this next Sunday, a week from tonight, so kind of have to go back to grinding the deck that I did well with at a PPTQ, so yeah. Decks you have in real life versus the decks you have online sometimes are entirely different ball games, unfortunately. So, and burn is burn. It's effective. There is somewhat of a learning curve to it. I mean, some people will just try to pick it up and spike an event. I don't think that's the best thing to do. You need to know a lot of the ins and outs of the deck, like the mirror match or how to board against Death Shadow, etc. There's a lot of nuance to it. Okay, so if you can take anything from an avatar, which I don't know that I can, it wouldn't be surprised me if we're up against Eldrazi or well, regardless of what we're up against, I'm keeping this hand. So, going to fetch a Sacred Foundry, get a Swift Spear out there. Let's skip our combat. Yeah, our combat step. Yeah, combat step. Oh dear. This is not a good matchup. That is for sure. That is for sure. Get a mountain. We are taking you off of that elf. Getting in for 2 here. We need to draw lands very badly because we need to just kill them. Flat out, just kill them. Please don't be devoted druid here. No, visionary, sure. So spike, spike, spike. Guess we go charm. Spike. Force you to block with your visionary. And you're pretty much dead next turn, unless you have like a Sphinx or something. Alright, Hermitage. Yeah, Hermitage Druid. Heritage Druid. Alright, so let's not just troll them. Spike. Spike. And that's the game. Alright, well, that was a great draw, but... Elves. Not a matchup I play against much. So what cards do I want? What cards do I not want? These were cages, they'd be a lot better, which is what I had in the previous version of this deck, but I don't really like cage. So, to be honest, I don't really like Graveyard Hate, period. Eidolon's fantastic. Guide and Swift Spear are okay. So if I'm bringing any cards, excuse me, it's the pass. For what, though? So the cards that are good are Blaze, Skullcrack, Eidolon if we get it down early enough, Helix, Riftbolt, Bolt. Spikes are kind of the most questionable, I think, of all the spells. I think we go with Spikes out, pass in, because we need to be able to answer Yuzuri, Devoted Druid, and Binks, as well as Archdruid. So a lot of creatures we need to answer, and we don't have the extra blaze effects on the sideboard that some lists run. One lander. Opponent mulligans to 6. Do I keep this hand? One lander on the draw against elves. I don't like keeping one landers, but if I was going to, I'd want Idiot into Blaze, so I think we'll gamble, because this matchup is not good either way. So, opponent keeps their 6, scries a card to the top. Yep, Visionary, not much we can do about that. Alright, well, I mean, all we can do is play our cards. Collected Company, well, that's kind of annoying. So we need, basically we need to draw a land next turn or the game is pretty well over. So, okay, well we hit the Sacred Foundry, which is good. Unfortunately, since we got to play the control role, we have to blaze this Archdruid. Hope they don't hit a land? Where's Nettle Sentinel? These creatures are getting a lot worse. Okay. We have Heritage Druid for the nut. Nope, Dwynen's Elite. Alright, so my creatures from now on are basically doing nothing. Land. Blaze. I can only play one spell a turn right now. I could get both. So the question is, do I get both Swift Spears out or just play for the burnout plan? And if I hit a land, doesn't really change the math. I can go Boros Charm down to 9, untap Boros Charm down to 5. This is not an easy choice. So they've got 2, 4, 5, 6 power on board. Yeah, I think I just pass here. Looking to play a little defense. Ugh. Of course you'd have Heritage Druid. Alright. Which means you get the Coco here. Devoted Druid, sure. See what they hit off the Collected Company. Ugh, that's quite a hand. This is why this matchup gets really miserable. because we can't control their board long enough to make things matter. So elves are elves. Alright, so they're going to main phase Coco here. See what they get off of it. Archdruid and Dwyann's Elite. Okay. So we're pretty well dead next turn. So I think we have to go there and Helix the Archdruid, which is just bad. Alright, so okay. Did I not target? I cast on Dwyann's Elite? What the heck was I thinking? Misclick. Alright, not like we had a chance in this game anyway. Sure. Since I royally punted there. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3. Alright, so 1, 2, 4, 5. We draw a land. Okay, a path. Not bad. See how they block. Block and block. Guess we do have to Boros Charm you here. As long as we don't die this turn, I think we win next turn. Ew. Okay. And I don't think we die here, so pretty sure we untap and kill them. So 4, 5, 6. Go to 5 and no cards in hand and Boros Charm. So despite punting there, we managed to pull this out. Granted, they didn't have that best collected company, but I still think without answering that Archdruid with that Searing Blaze, we were in a lot of trouble. So deck did bail us out. Alright, well, that was a fun match. How's everyone doing this evening, this morning, wherever you are? It's morning for me, a little past midnight. So Burn is always a roller coaster. First competitive league I've done it in a while, so it's even more stressful. But at least we made our money back, so can't complain there. $12 for tournaments, a little steep, in my opinion. But prizes are worth it if you do well. So, I only play competitive leagues when I'm feeling confident in a deck, and I played Burn quite a bit in paper, so I'm pretty confident with this deck and pretty confident with this list, so. see what we get paired against here in round number 4. For those of you wanting to see this particular list, I'm playing the traditional Eidolon of the Revel instead of the Shrine of Burning Rage that won the GP last weekend. Sideboard, I do not have the green splash for Destructive Revelry. I like the cleaner mana base. I have a couple Wear Tears, which obviously don't deal damage, but they answer Blood Moon and Leyline, which are 2 cards that this deck really struggles to beat. I want the 4 full pass, especially against Eldrazi and Grixis Shadow. I often bring it in a lot against games where you have to play the control role in the draw. 3 Core Firewalker for the mirror match. Excuse me. A lot of burn decks skimp on the Core Firewalker, figuring they're not going to run into many burn matchups. I think that's a mistake. I think if you can get a leg in the mirror, you need to. Deflecting Palm, they're in a lot of the matchups that Path is good. Things with big creatures like various Eldrazi decks, Grixis Shadow, anything trying to kill you with an Emrakul. Exquisite Firecraft is just another burn spell to bring in against a lot of decks, especially against the blue control decks. Just being able to get them down to 6 or 4, and then all of a sudden they have a spell they can't answer outside of like something like Spell Queller, so kind of kills them. And Relic is the de facto graveyard hate I'm going with this particular time. Could be Cage, could be Rest in Peace. I mean, Cage would have been good against Elves, that last thing, but I don't really like to bring in graveyard hate unless it's something like Dredge and maybe Griselbrand. But even Griselbrand, you really don't want to be slowing yourself down, so hate's good, but I don't like taking time out to cast hate cards with burn. I want to be either advancing my board or holding up mana to react to whatever they're doing. So it's one of the keys to being a lot of the Collected Company decks is getting a creature or 2 down, answering their relevant cards, and just hoping they don't hit multiple kitchen finks. Alright, we're on the draw again. We're up against the Legend. So, alright, so, okay. This hand against most opponents is close to perfect. Could be awkward in the mirror. Okay. Nope, it's a blue deck. So, I'm guessing blue-white control. Oh no. Nightfall? This hand might not be the greatest against Nightfall. I think we go and get our mountain here. Hold up the option to not played against much in Nightfall. Alright, so they get a forest, which means they get an untapped land. We don't have any easy answers to their stuff, so that's the one flaw in this hand. So, of course, they could probably try to hold up something like Queller here. No, it's going to trap out. Yeah, trap out. They're just going to trap out for Pride Mage. They're going to get in with their birdie. Yep. Okay. Searing Blaze would probably be our best draw. Swift Spear. So what do I do here? So I'm on the draw. Could attack with Goblin God. If they block with Pride Mage, play an Eidolon post-combat. Or alternatively, I could go Swift Spear, and set up for some type of burn combination next turn. But I really don't want them developing their board And if I can get that Kasali off the board, then casting their spells becomes painful for them, other than Collected Company. So I think I'm going to go ahead and attack with Goblin Guide. And if I get in some free damage, I get in some free damage. Okay, I get a land out of the deal. Do you block? You do. Okay. Figured you would see things my way. Do they have a path here? Ah. Seems they want to hold on to their Eidolon hate. Which I guess I can't blame them. So what do I cast here? I guess I go Swift Spear. Do I go Swift Spear, Suspend Ripple, or Swift Spear? I think I go Swift Spear here. Doesn't feel like a game that we're set up to win very well. Alright, you're representing Collected Company. So we draw a land. I think I go Suspend Riftbolt, play out Eidolon. They might, okay, they're not going to Collected Company in response, which is interesting. Because I think if they were looking to hit Queller here, they would... Interesting. I think you'd almost want to Queller against... Alright. Collected Company, what are your hits? Tireless Tracker and Spell Queller. Whoopsie. That to deal with that, okay. Curious. Okay, Noble. And Bird. Alright. Okay, you get a clue. What do you attack with? Alright, you're just... Yep. Alright. I think we go after... What do we go after? Tracker? Alright, Swift Spear... Lava Spike... Lots of prowess triggers. You go to 11. Attack for 8, so you have to block, presumably. Even if it's with some of your mana idiots. Okay. Sure. And do I just drop... Go to 11 here, drop Eidolon. And pass. Alright, so you're going to 6. That's a little risky. Alright, yeah, you're getting a ton of clues. You even risk attacking. Alright, so we get a 9 or 8 here. So Searing Blaze. See how you choose to block. Go to damage. I think we let this resolve. Then go to end step. They crack that land. We're going to finish off the... Okay, they don't. So 6. What are you going for here? Selfless Spirit, sure. Okay, I think we're dead here? Question mark. 4, 5, 6. So if they go for it, we're dead. See what you attack with. Okay, they're sitting back on defense. Good. Ish. Don't think this is great for us, but block, block, block. Searing Blaze. What? The Queller? So I think we're just dead here, unfortunately. Guess I could have played maybe for a slightly longer game. No, they're dead if they don't have a path here. What? Okay. What were they at? Were they not at 5? Oh, it was blocked by Selfless Spirit. Right. So damage didn't get through anyway, so we're just dead. Crack a clue, deadsies. Oh well, maybe there's a different line I could have taken. Maybe trying to buy a little bit of time there, but what can you do? Should have just played land, played Blaze, and pass. Hold back blockers. Yep. And wonder if it would have mattered. We're dead. And draw a card. Yep, would have been the right line to hold back. Yeah. So probably get the spikes out of here. Get the pass in. Some argument for Firewalker, but I don't think that's where I want to be. Maybe a couple of Firecrafts to answer some of their bigger stuff should they grow out of range. Get maybe Totally bored out for the Firecrafts, though. Maybe not the Firecrafts. Just the paths. Thinking the path of least resistance. I know, bad pun. Alright, so... be on the play for this game. Land, 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 Eidolon, crack, crack. It's not the aggressive hand that I want. Some mulligan. I guess I keep it. Feels like a really bad hand, though. Opponent keeps their hand. And we'll play out Scalding Tarn and pass. Some argument for holding on to the Tarn for the third land in case I draw like a Searing Blaze, but I think I want to take as least damage as possible. See if they have a 1-mana play here. Okay. No 1-mana play. Means their draw is a little bit slower. I mean, they could have, I guess, Path. So, get a Foundry tapped. Alright, well, we've got their life gain covered. Yeah, Eidolon. You path this? Apparently not. Okay. Get a tap land. See what you play here. Okay, we'll play out a Swift Spear. Just get in for 3 damage. It's like, have you been slow rolling a path this whole time? I think you would have killed it so you could play whatever on 3. Alright, wonder what it'll be here. Sphinx or Knight? Okay, Knight's mildly annoying. So I think I crack them for mana efficiency's sake. Take some damage. They go to 10. Blaze would have been good. We had that fetch land that I was talking about. So we're going to 13. They're going to... So if I were to crack them, they would go to 2, 5. They'd go to 2 and can't cast any... He would go to 2 and can't cast. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 7, 8. And then they're locked out of any non-collected company spells. What's up, 4? So it's been a crazy, crazy league so far. Okay. How'd your draft go? So Huh. Yeah, I took the big boy route this week, so guess I attack with Swift Spear here, force them to Collected Company, and then kill them in response. So, yeah. Going to game 3 against Bant Nightfall. Got lucky to beat Elves because I punted. Beat Grixis Shadow 2-0 and beat Black White Eldrazi and Taxes. I punted against Taxes. I suspended a Riftbolt after they revealed a Strangler, and then Ugh. Yeah, this hand is something. So 2 paths, a Blaze, double crack, Lightning Helix. If I had one more land, this hand would be probably what I'm looking for on the draw. I think I gotta risk it, but if I get stuck on one land, I'm dead. So, yeah, I thought so too, but it's still a hand that I probably keep 9 times out of 10. So, I mean, if I rip a land, this hand's kind of sick. Yeah, birds. Nope, Riftbolt. Yeah, I think if I don't rip a land here, I'm pretty well goose is cooked. The 5-0 dream would be dead. But yeah, I mean I can't complain, especially I'm rusty, haven't picked up the deck in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So dumb errors like that I wouldn't normally be making. Alright, alright, my opponent's on a fairly slow draw here. As much as I want to bolt the bird, if I draw a land, it's going to feel really dumb, so bolt their face. Land. Ugh! Ay, 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 ay. Keeping that one lander was just dumb. Yeah. Okay. Did not see that one coming. Granted, of all the ones to see flash freeze on, I think I'm fine with that one. Hey, this doesn't smell like a Collected Company. Chasing the 5-0, get punished for the one land keep. Hey, here comes a Collected Company. Whoever saw that coming? Thalia and yeah, Thalia can get on out of here. Tracker's dangerous, but Thalia is even worse. Opponent gets a clue too. That's a 3-for-1 on freaking. Or sorry, yeah, 2 or 3-for-1 on freaking. Oh, jeez. And they can still rep Collected Company. This is gonna be. I'm actually fine with Path because the way you lose a lot of these matchups is just flat out their big guys beating you down. So, oh jeez. There's no coming back from this, so move on to match 5. Oh, frustrating. Yeah, I shouldn't have kept that one lander. The one lander was the hold up, not the pass. But Double Coco when I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs doing nothing is 3-1, not 4-0. Try for the 4-1 here. No, that's not even an MTGO thing, I don't think. That's just a... I've played this deck, I know better, and I kept the hand anyway. So, I mean, like, this hand, like, 3 lands is about where... Well, 2 lands is ideally where I want to be. 3 is perfectly reasonable. But the 1-lander, if you're 1 land on the play, you almost never keep that hand. 1 land on the draw, you really have to... No, that was the match. This is the 5th match. Thing about Burn is I just crank through a league in what ridiculous amount of time. Blackcleave Cliffs? Let's see, Mardu Jund or Grixis. Not Grixis. Guess it could be Grixis Control. Could also be Grishelbrand. Okay, so there's the cliffs we know about. I'm guessing this is just Bolt or that still isn't telling us much about our opponent's hand. I just think this Goblin Guide's got its damage in and is going to die, so. Okay, they get a Wooded Foothills. No. Living End, no, my money's on Mardu. Well, I guess it could... No, my money's on Mardu because of the Ball Lightning. Or Burst Lightning. So... Oh no. This isn't Mardu. This is uh this is Burn. This is actually Mardu Burn. So we have the mirror match. What are you playing here? Suspending a Bolt? Or it might just be straight up black-red. Alright, so I think we just we go ahead and light up your life. So now I think just play out the Blaze here over the Eidolon. Because the Eidolon's going to get its damage in either way, I think. So I think it's more important to keep their board clear if at all possible. So I'm thinking it's black-red burn. Yeah, it's... The question is, do they have the white splash? Okay. Goblin Guide. Pretty sure this will die, but... Eh. Guess I can play out Eidolon to force their hand. You want this Goblin Guide to die, you gotta do it now. Okay. Sure. Bump in the night. Yeah, this game's over. I'm casting Riftbolt on Eidolon? Sure. Bump in the night. Yeah. Good game, well played, opponent. Gonti's Machinations. That's how they gain life in the black-red version. And then Lava Spike you and... Yep. So... He died. Yeah. So in this matchup, I want the Firewalkers. On the draw, I don't want most of the Eidolons. I gotta look up this list quick, because I don't know what their tech is for the mirror. Because I'm presuming they're on just straight black-red, because that version's been doing reasonably well at times. So, yeah, stupid internet. Goblin Gods, Swift Spear, Vexing Devil, Eidolon, Marauders. This isn't the list he's playing, though. So they have Self-Inflicted Wound out of the board as a possible answer to Core Firewalker. At least the list that I'm looking at. But the list I'm looking at doesn't play Gonti's Machinations, so opponent's not exactly on that. Some argument for Wear Tear if they're on Machinations and Eidolon, but we didn't see Eidolon. So, maybe bring in the Firecrafts and cut a, maybe cut a guide on the draw. This is where I'd love to have the fourth Firewalker, but I wanted to at least have some amount of, yeah, that's a mulligan. 5 lands? Yeah, no thank you. This hand's fine, it's not great. Don't want a third land right now. Alright, so I guess I hold up Bolt, fetch, tap land at the end of turn if they don't play anything they care about. Yeah, Machinations is annoying. Is basically their version of Lightning Helix, pretty much. Tarn. How much energy does this require? Each opponent loses 3 life, you gain life equal to life lost this way. Fetch. Okay. For the first time each turn, so they don't get to trigger it twice. I think I might want... No, I'm not going to fetch in response. At least let them think I might have Searing Blaze. So they're not going to deal themselves damage this turn. Alright, I can stop drawing lands now. Okay, Mountain, suspend Riftbolt. So they're running a green splash, which means they don't have sure. Green splash means they don't have access to things like Core Firewalker or any of that kind of stuff. Though Tarka's command's still a thing. Alright, so now we pretty much have to hold up. Guess I go Vantage here, suspend Riftbolt, and pass. Gotta hold up Skullcrack at all times now because of that Machinations. sure. They're flooding out, so are we to a certain extent, I guess. Alright. Doesn't anybody want to play creatures? Alright, so they get some more energy. Got an exquisitive firecraft. Do I just fire that at his face right now? I'm not really like going to 10 against... I guess they don't have Boros Charm, so... If I really want to be smart about this, I think I have to force the action here. Choose target player. Exquisitive firecraft. Because the problem is we can die, because that's 3, and if he has 3 damage spells in his hand, we're in some trouble. Okay. You did not choose your timing correctly on that. But we could still be dead. Do a flurry of spells here. 1 to 5. Are we dead? The heck is this? Okay. So any burn spell kills us. Burn spell? It looks like it. Yep. The wonders of the burn matchup. Get these firecrafts out of here. Get these eidolons. Some number of them back in anyway. Third and fourth one. Get rid of what? A couple of spikes. Try it like this. Really want to see 2 white lands, Core Firewalker, Core Firewalker. That'd be great. Yeah, I can't argue about this hand. 4-1 Dream versus the Burn Mirror. No, I've already capped. They're debating their mulligan. This hand's a virtual no-brainer. And I think on a mulligan to 5, there's a really good chance this is over. But unfortunately, I do have to fetch Shock here, so this is going to hurt. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could still win with the right combination of cards, but it's going to be rough. Yeah, especially when they got to be doing this. Searing Blaze? Yep. You get a 16. Land would be good here. Ah! Firewalker, but I don't have a second white. Oh, Machinations is annoying. So land is... Does that say player only? Yeah, each opponent loses 3 life. Goblin God. So I guess I go Guide, hold up Bolt. I've already gained their energy for this turn, so... Okay, there's a Roof Bolt on top of their deck. Alright. One card in hand. Need to find another white source. Very much bad. Guess we can just go ahead and Boros Charm, even if they can Gonti's here. Because we want to be free to cast. This is when you use your Gonti's Machinations, opponent. Okay. This feels real bad. Real bad. Am I dead in response? There's a lot of cards that kill me here. Shard Volley. Do you have the last one? You do not. Okay. Well, let's make it so most of your spells don't kill me. Yes. Pass. Ugh. So close. Inspiring Vantage. That's a good one. Yeah. This is life as the burn player. And they just let it resolve. Huh. It's kind of... Okay, they conceded the game. Oh, the 4-1 dream. Oh, so that's what a 4-1 in a competitive league looks like. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, welcome to the fun of being a burn player, man. It's something. It's like white knuckle, free ride, free roll.